right. So Brian, Mike, you have a brawl to take us home with?
I do have a brawl. So this brawl is from, I don't know, but it's between. I
Well
did all this
researched,
last year.
Mike. This is
Yeah, yeah, that's my specialty. So it's between the Cowboys and the Chargers. It's just, I think, from
Oh,
like
it's
a
a
couple
football
years ago.
brawl.
It's a football brawl, and it
Okay.
happened pre-game. I do know that it happened. I just don't know the year, but it's
Okay.
pre-game, and we're gonna go to it now. Bring it up here, and you'll see.
Was Michael Irvin on it? Is Michael Irvin
No.
and Troy Aikman on the team? Because then we would know. Okay.
So it's throwback jersey day, and you see these guys going at it. Now it looks like a scuffle, but if you look, a guy got punched in the helmet, and his helmet got knocked off his head.
Okay.
It got knocked off his head.
I already like this more than most football brawls because
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that
Jesus
guy on the
Christ.
Chargers steps in, and his
Yeah.
helmet got knocked off his head.
Yeah.
You know how hard you have to hit somebody?
Bit, Mike?
Yeah.
Can
So
you
this,
rewind it
so
just a
if
little bit?
we're gonna go right about here, so you'll look to more the right center of the screen. I don't have a slow-mo of this, but if you play it right there, the guy gets his helmet punched off. We'll play it again. Boom.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the helmet kind of bounced around on everybody, like it was crowd surfing. That's not easy to do. He uppercuts him and knocks his helmet off his head. And luckily it wasn't like Django Fett where his head is still in his helmet.
I can't. It's funny, like he disappears too. Like I can't see him. Like where like he would come out anyway.
He was okay because there's another version of this, but it's the actual broadcast and it's got logos. I didn't want to use that. He was okay, but this is pregame. This is before a game even starts, and I don't know what the score of this game was, but it better been high.
This might have actually been this year. Was it this year?
I don't know. We found it through social media, so it could have been recent. There was just no date on it.
And that's the thing. For those of you, by the way, who don't really know our show, we've watched like hundreds of brawls. We don't even know like what's when anymore. It's not that we don't care. It's just that we've done so goddamn many of these at this point that like we just, we forget what's what often. It's true.
And we all have jobs, and I can't remember half this stuff half the time. We're not WFAN where like we have a whole research team.
We don't have a research team. We don't have assistants. We're literally just dudes who smoke.
It's like Mike, go find a video.
No, exactly.
Go ahead.
I'm entertained by this though. The thing that I like about this fight in particular is that, and I've talked about this many times on the show, is that usually a football brawl just looks like the play kept going because it's during a game. This is actually like punches thrown. You can clearly tell these people are pissed. I enjoy the shit of this. I like this. I don't know what number I'm going to give it, but I enjoyed this. This was fun. Are we playing it again? Or what are we doing here?
No, I thought we were going to give a rating. I'm actually trying to look at the guys who are in the fight.
I can give it a rating. I'm going to give it a 6.5. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because like it was scrappy and like they, it was violent, but it broke up pretty quick. So like it's better. I know we say like we don't like. I mean, I feel like the crown jewel, and we can do this on another episode. A crown jewel of football fights is obviously Mason Rudolph, Myles Garrett.
Right.
Yeah, we gotta do that one.
But yeah, we do. I mean, like that one is just. I mean, because when you talked about like, oh, you never see like a guy's helmet cut off. That's when the dude's helmet came off, and then he used the helmet to passion it. So I mean, probably not a good sign about this fight. That this was a fight that made me reminded me of a better fight. But it was like I want to give.
I don't know. I feel like that actually is. That is a good thing because like it's like, oh yeah, remember that time that this other thing also happened. Like it's kind of gets you into that stratosphere. But I see what you're saying, Brian. I do.
Yeah, but
I agree with you actually. Yeah, 6.5 is a good rating.
But like Malice in the Palace isn't like, hey, remember that time like Charles Barkley and Bill Laimbeer like who were like snappy at each other? No, like Malice in the Palace is like Malice in the Palace. Like like
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, but like anyway, this I would say a 6.5 because they were they were scrappy, they were brawling, and it was entertaining to watch. So football
Yeah.
fights you always have to kind of grade on the curve a little bit because like there's
Yeah.
already so much of violence in the game that they
Right.
get out. So and it's not like they can like scrap like hockey, like where they like dedicate it to like scrapping.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they just stop playing and start
yeah.
fighting. Yeah, no,
Right.
exactly.
Which maybe they should have, but yeah, 6.5.
So
Yeah.
I agree. I'm with you. I was thinking of that anyway. 6.5. Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, I want to give it. The punch is unbelievable because he knocked his helmet off. I just looked up who it was. So it was this season.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, on the 16th of this month, October. So, and it was Austin Eckler on the Chargers. He's the running back who got his helmet knocked off. So I guess he's a running back. He could take a beating as it is. So he just bounced up. He's like, all right, whatever. But the punch was like a 9. The fight, it wasn't much of a fight. I want to give it like an 8, but I feel like that's too high because it wasn't like a big brawl. So maybe a 7.
All right.
I don't want to underrate it,
I
but at the
respect
same
that.
time, I can't overrate it because it wasn't long.
Well, no, I think a
punch.
7's a fine average because if
Yeah.
the fight was like a 3 or a 4, and then like the punch was a 9, you meet partway through, right? You meet around that's cool. I like that.
That was hell of a 9. That was a 9 between 9-10 of a punch.
All right.